So in this problem, we're referring back to that last example we did in the previous video. We did the derivative of g there. G was x squared minus 8 over 6x plus 11 to the fourth, that expression right there. All right, and we found its derivative. Well, now we're asked to find the second derivative. So first things first, let's just pencil in the derivative. And now we want to find the second derivative, so we want to differentiate this function. So we have another situation where we have a quotient and we have an expression that's a composite function. So we have to use the chain rule again. So before I get into the quotient rule, just like before, I'm going to work out the derivative of that 6x plus 11, this time to the fifth power. Okay, this time to the fifth power. So kind of like we did in the last example, use the inside part, 6x plus 11, and then the outside part would be u to the fifth. So without writing out that detail, the derivative of the outer part, u to the fifth, would be 5u, but u is 6x plus 11, now to the fourth power. Don't forget, though, we're still using the chain rule. Might not be putting as much detail down, but we're still using the chain rule. That's times the derivative of 6x plus 11 to be times 6. Okay, so that's going to be the derivative of the bottom function. And now we put this all together with the top. Okay, so it's going to be the bottom function. Well, actually, I simplify it first. Then it's going to be the bottom function, 6x plus 11 to the fifth, times the derivative of the top. The top is negative 12x squared plus 22x plus 192. So its derivative would be negative 24x plus 22. And then that's going to be plus or minus the top. That minus 12x squared plus 22x plus 192 times what we've found now to be the derivative of the bottom. That's why, again, I like to get it out of the way ahead of time so I can use it when I need it. So that'll be plus 30 times 6x plus 11 to the fourth, and that'll be all over the bottom squared, which would make it 6x plus 11 now to the 10th power. 6x plus 11 now to the 10th power. A whole lot of simplifying. Step one here, we want to pull out our common factor. Pull out our common factor, which we can see here is a 6x plus 11 to the fourth. Yeah, there might be some other stuff we could pull out, but that's the thing we're looking for there. That quantity, that common quantity that comes about when we use the chain rule as a part of the product or quotient rule. So we're going to factor out that 6x plus 11 to the fourth. So we go ahead and do that. And then when we take that out, we did have a 6x plus 11 to the fifth there. We took 4 of them away. So now we have just one of them left to go with that negative 24x plus 22. And then minus the 6x plus 4 to the 11 there is completely gone. We took it completely out, so it's gone. So now we just have the 30, and then that 12x squared minus 22x plus 192. Right? And then that, forget my bracket there, that is all over 6x plus 11 to the 10th power. Okay. Now, here I have to do a little bit of simplifying. I am starting to run out of room on this page. So first off, my 6x plus 11 to the fourth will cancel with my 6x plus 11 to the 10th to leave 6 of them left in the bottom. And then I just want to take this piece right here, all right, start simplifying stuff. So I have 6x plus 11 times negative 24x plus 22. Okay, so I would multiply out 6x times negative 24x will be a negative 144x squared. 6x times 22 will be 132x. And then in the middle there, 11 times 24, negative 24, will be a negative 264x. And then 11 times 22 will be plus 242. Okay, so I just took and multiplied those all out. And now I'm going to come over here with the minus 30 times that quantity, multiply all that stuff out. So I'll have plus 360x squared, and I know that's getting cut off a little bit in the bottom there, and I apologize. 360x squared minus 660x when we take 30 times 22. All right, distributing the negative sign as well. And then minus 5760. Okay, and then we just have to put all that stuff together. So we combine our x squareds, combine the three x's there, combine the number terms. And I'm going to write it up top here, g double prime of x. When we take negative 144x squared plus 360x squared, we're going to get 216, positive 216x squared. Then when we take the 132x, the 264x, and the 660x, putting them all together, we'll get minus 792x. And then when we take that 242 and the 5760 there at the bottom, put those together, we get minus 5518. And that's going to be all over the bottom function raised to the sixth power. So lots of work to do these derivatives. Take your time, write them out. Okay? Take your time and write them out. When in doubt, write it out. And now we finally have our derivative here for this big old mess of a function.